Today we will study bases. Let X be a set, then a collection of sets B, which is a subset of power set of X, is called a basis on X if the following two properties hold. Number one, B covers X. It means that for all X belonging to this capital X, there exists a set B belonging to collection of sets B such that X belongs to B. More precisely, we can say that X is equal to union of B. Number 2, for all B1, B2 belonging to this set B, for all X belonging to B1 intersection B2, there exists a set B belonging to B such that X belongs to B, which is a subset of B1 intersection B2. The second property says that given a point X in the intersection of two elements of the basis, there is some element of the basis B containing X and is contained in this intersection. When both the properties are satisfied, then we say that this collection of sets B is a basis on X. Second properties may be graphically stated like this. Here this is the set B1 and this is a set B2, and this set B is the subset of B1 intersection B2, and this B contains a point X which also belongs to B1 intersection B2. Means X belongs to B, which is a subset of B1 intersection B2. And this set B, the set B which belongs to B are called basis element. They are the elements in B and subsets of X. Now topology generated by this basis. Let X be a set and be a basis on X. We define TB equal to union of C, where C is a subset of B union phi. Then TB is called the topology generated by B. Here we have some examples of bases. Let X be a set and let B is a set of singleton set X where X belongs to X. Then this collection B is a basis on X, and TB, a topology which is generated by this set B, is the discrete topology. It means the collection of one point subsets of X is a basis for the discrete topology on X. Second example is the collection A of open interval A to infinity, which is a subset of R, where A is a real number, is a basis on the set of real numbers. Clearly, this set A covers R. For example, X belongs to X minus 1 to infinity for any X. Moreover, given any two elements of this set A, their intersection is again an element of A. Means A is closed under pairwise intersection. Therefore, we may conclude that the intersection of finitely many elements of A is again an element of A. So, this collection A of open intervals is a basis on R. Third example is the collection B of open intervals A to B, where A is less than B, which is a subset of the set of real numbers, is a basis on the set of real numbers. Fourth example is that the collection B2 of open balls centered at X and radius epsilon, which is a subset of which lies on real plane, where X belongs to R square, epsilon is greater than 0, is a basis of R square. Means two-dimensional plane, real plane. The collection B of semi-closed interval AB, where it is closed at A and open at B, which is a subset of R, and A is less than B, is also a basis on R. If we consider the set of intervals as open at A and closed at B, then also it is a basis on R. One more example. Suppose x1 t1 and x2 t2 are two topological spaces, and if we define B equal to Cartesian product of t1 and t2, like u cross v, which is a subset of x1 cross x2, where u belongs to t1 and v belongs to t2, then this collection of sets B is a basis on x1 cross x2. One more example, the collection B of AB cross CD, which is a subset of R square, here A is less than B and C is less than D, is a basis on R square. One more example, a topology T on a set X is itself a basis on X, because first X belongs to T and so T covers X. Second, the intersection of two sets in T is again in T because T is closed under finite intersection. So it means a topology T on a set X is itself a basis on X. Now we will prove that the topology TB is a topology, which we have defined in earlier slide. We check to check whether it is a topology or not. We will check three properties which define the topology. Number one, phi belongs to TB. By the definition, because we have considered TB to be union of C such that C is a subset of B union phi. It means phi belongs to TB. Also, X belongs to TB since B covers X by definition of basis. Now second property is TB is closed under arbitrary unions. Let's check this property. Let V alpha, where alpha belongs to some indexing set I, be arbitrary collection of elements of TB. Now we want to show that union of this V alpha, where alpha belongs to I, also belongs to TB. By definition of TB, for each alpha belonging to I, we have that V alpha is equal to union of C alpha for some C alpha subset of B. So immediately we can see that union of alpha belonging to I, V alpha, is equal to union of alpha belonging to I, union C alpha, because V alpha is nothing but union of C alpha. And here we can interchange these two unions. So we can write union of union alpha belonging to I, C alpha, and therefore this belongs to TB, where the last set is an element of TB since U alpha belonging to I, C alpha is a subset of B. Now the third property is to prove that TB is a topology is that TB is closed under finite intersection. We will actually show that TB is closed under pairwise intersection, for which the general result follows inductively. Suppose we fix two elements, let U is equal to union of A and V is equal to union of C in TB. Now we want to show that U intersection V belongs to TB. The first thing to note is that U intersection V is equal to union of A intersection union of C, because U is equal to union of A and V is equal to union of C. And we can write it as union of A intersection C, where A belongs to A and C belongs to C. So in order for a point X to be in the intersection of union A and union C, it must be in the intersection of A and C, where A belongs to A and C belongs to C. Now to show that this set is in TV, it is suffices to show that since we just showed in the previous part that TV is closed under arbitrary unions. That is A intersection C such that A belongs to A and C belongs to C is a subset of TV. So fix A intersection C for some A belonging to A and C belonging to C. It means we fix an element of the set on the left hand side of the containment we have to show. Now we want to show that A intersection C belongs to TV. If A intersection C is non-empty, then for a given x belonging to A intersection C, there is a basis element Bx belonging to B such that x belongs to Bx, which is a subset of A intersection C. This is by the second property of the definition of a basis. Repeating this for every element x belonging to A intersection C, we get A intersection C is a subset of union of x belonging to A intersection C, Bx, which is a subset of A intersection C. Or in other words, A intersection C is equal to union of x belonging to A intersection C, Bx belonging to TB. Because A intersection C is a subset of this set and this is again a subset of A intersection C. It means A intersection C is equal to union of Bx where x belongs to A intersection C. On the other hand, if A intersection C is empty, then A intersection C belongs to TB by part 1. Here is another equivalent way of defining TB. Means a topology generated by B. This definition is less concrete but occasionally easier to work within proofs. So we define topology generated by B as let X be a set and be a basis on X. We define TB equal to TB equal to U, which is a subset of X. For all X belonging to U, there exists B belonging to B such that X belongs to B, which is a subset of U. Here I want to mention that every element of a basis is open in the topology that it generates. For this reason, we often call elements of the basis of a topology as basic open sets. Here again we have some example. The basis consisting of all the singleton sets in a set X generates a discrete topology on X, which we have also seen in previous slide. The basis consisting of all the open intervals in R generates the usual topology on R. The basis consisting of all open balls in R square generates the usual topology on R square. A topology T on a set X itself is a basis on X. So we can now conclude that T generates itself. That is T is equal to T2. Now, when topologies are given by basis, it is useful to have a criteria in terms of the basis for determining whether one topology is finer than another. One such criteria is the following, which we state in terms of lemma. Let B1 and B2 be two bases on a set X. Then TB1 is a subset of TB2 if and only if for every X belonging to X and B1 belonging to B1 containing X, there is a basis element B2 belonging to B2 such that X belongs to B2, which is a subset of B1. Here, to prove this lemma, first of all we consider that let for every X belonging to X and B1 belonging to B1 containing X, there is an element B2 belonging to B2 such that X belongs to B2, which is a subset of B1. And we will show that TB1 is a subset of TB2. Given an element U of TB1, we wish to show that U belongs to TB2. Only then TB1 will be a subset of TB2. Let X belongs to U. Since B1 generates T, there is an element B1 belonging to B1 such that X belongs to B1, which is a subset of U. So there exists an element B2 belonging to B2 such that X belongs to B2, which is a subset of B1. Then X belongs to B2, which is a subset of U. So U belongs to TB2 by definition. Now the converse part, let TB1 is a subset of TB2. Now we will show that for every X belonging to X and B1 belonging to B1 containing X, there is a B2 belonging to B2 such that X belongs to B2, which is a subset of B1. We are given X belonging to X and B1 belonging to B1 with X belonging to B. Now B belongs to T by definition and TB1 belongs to TB1 is a subset of TB2 by this given condition. Therefore, B belongs to TB2. Since TB2 is generated by B2, there is an element B2 belonging to B2 such that X belongs to B2, which is a subset of B1. Hence, the proof of lemma is complete. Now, we have one more corollary. Before stating this corollary, I want to mention one more important thing that some students find it hard to remember. They ask, which way does the inclusion go? Means TB1 is contained in TB2 or TB2 is contained in TB1. It may be easier to remember if you recall the analogy between the topological space and a truck full of gravel. Think of the pebbles as the basis element of the topology. After the pebbles are smashed to dust, the dust particles are basis element of the new topology. The new topology is finer than the old one. Remember this thing? And each dust particle was contained inside a pebble as the criteria states. Now we have the corollary. Let Xt be a topological space and B is a basis on X. Then B generates T if and only if B is a subset of T and for every U belonging to T and every X belonging to U, there is a B belonging to B such that X belongs to B, which is a subset of U. Now, to prove one part, we assume that B generates T, or in the other words, we can say T is equal to TB. Now, it is clear that B is a subset of T since B is a subset of TB. To show the property 2, fix a set U belonging to T and a point X belonging to U. Since T is equal to TB, U is a union of elements from B. Say U is equal to union of C for some C belonging to B. Then X belongs to BX for some BX belonging to C, and that set satisfies 2. Now the converse part, we will assume these two and we will show that V generates T. So we will show that T is equal to TB by showing containment both ways. Only then B generates T. On the other hand, B is a subset of T by the assumption and therefore TB is a subset of T since T is closed under arbitrary unions. On the other hand, if T is a basis for itself, it means T is equal to TT. So it follows from the property 2 above that T is a subset of TB by lemma, which we have proved in the last slide. Thank you.